I am going to have a yap session about two Ravens players that are doing so well this year. The first one being Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry might go down as one of the best free agent acquisitions of the last 10 to 15 years, and one of the best free agent signings the Ravens have ever had or made in their franchise history, ever. Derrick Henry, through 9 games, has over 1,000 rushing yards and 11 touchdowns. 11 touchdowns in 9 games and over 1,000 yards in 9 games. The Lamar Jackson effect in the backfield is maximizing Derrick Henry's potential and ability, which is something that I don't think anyone ever expected to say in the year 2024, because we already know how insanely good Derrick Henry is, and yet he is somehow playing even better. It's absolutely mind-blowing to watch. I don't know if you can see down here in the bottom right, but this season so far, he's averaging 6.3 yards per carry. That is ridiculous. It's 9 games. We still have 8 games left of the year. Maybe 7 if they want to bench him for the final game and just rest him for the playoffs. Who knows? I mean, if he doesn't hit 2,000 yards by week 17, they're probably going to play him if there's a chance to hit 2,000 yards. But I digress. Derrick Henry is insane. And now, on to the next player. Ravens wide receiver Zay Flowers is playing extremely well as of the last, month. And it's so great to see a Ravens receiver that was drafted have major success. Because the Ravens historically are not good at developing wide receivers. Because at this point, so far, Torrey Smith is the best receiver drafted by the Ravens, and he was a second-round draft pick in 2011. And right now, Zay Flowers is well on his way to surpass that and be the best wide receiver in Ravens franchise history. He's gone over 100 yards in 4 of the last 5 games. Tampa Bay was an outlier game, but other than that, against Cincy, 7 for 111. Washington, 9 catches for 132. 7 for 115 last week, and then 5 catches for 127 and 2 touchdowns. He is truly playing at a high level, and this is exactly the kind of development and improvement that Ravens fans wanted to see from a guy that had shown so much potential last year. It's just one of those things that, I never thought I would see, and now I'm actually seeing it, and it is absolutely tremendous. I mean, 654 yards in 9 games. I mean, if he doesn't hit 1,000 yards on the season, that's a travesty. Because Zay Flowers is playing like a top-level receiver, or at least a top 20 receiver, which is very good. And for years, Ravens fans were begging for an actual wide receiver, like a good one, and we actually have one now. Actually, we have a couple decent ones for once. This is the best receiving core that Lamar Jackson has ever had in his career. And Lamar's stats show that. But we're not talking about Lamar. We're talking about Derrick Henry and Zay Flowers. 2 of the best offensive players on the roster, not named Lamar Jackson. They're so fun to watch.